Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel, the TALYA channel. We are so excited you're here with us today. So we are five women who have had very distinct paths in life, and we've been coming together for over a year and a half now, channeling on a regular basis. And so we love it. We have a great time with it, and we thought it would be fun to open up our channeling here on YouTube and other platforms so that we could get our messages out. So let's start with just a really quick introduction. Tanya.
Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm a channel and I'm also an email balancing technique practitioner.
Um,
All right, thank you.
I'm Alia. I'm a channel, shaman, card reader, and Reiki healer.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I am also a channel, an intuitive guide, and healer.
Hi, I'm Yaz. I'm a multidimensional traveler. I'm a channel, an animal communicator, and happy to be here.
And I'm Annie, and I'm a channel and a dream interpreter and a healer. So it is great to be together again. We will start with one question for the broader community, and then we have one to two personal questions depending on time. So I will go ahead and read the question for the group. Everyone here is connected to their guides, and we are ready to go. So the question is, how can we safely open our hearts to expand during stressful and chaotic times? So what do our guides say? How can we safely open our hearts to expand during stressful, chaotic times?
We love this question here that was brought to us now about the human condition of fear versus love. So you see, when you're in the heart, once you're in the heart, there is no such thing as fear. There is only love. Therefore, there is no safety or non-safety once you're in the heart. The heart space, yes, indeed, is the place where all of the high vibration of that which you perceive as safe come through you, where you are home. That is your home. So once you are dropped into the heart, you will know and understand that all there is love. That is all that you are. You are all love. You are all light. And that is what you're here to shine. So all of the perceived chaos, the perceived negativity in the outside world, in the world that is the 3D, in the world that is the world of perceiving, of material things, of the chaos, of the war, of the many intensity that is happening on this planet right now. That is the outer world that is not real in the sense of your vibration. Your vibration is the heart, which is the love, which is the light, which is eternal, which will always be and never will not be. So all the things that you see out there are an externalized frequency of chaos and of fear. So it is upon you to, yes, indeed, plug into the fear or into the heart. We encourage you, of course, to plug into the heart and into the love frequency. Now, without having to pressure yourself to make a mistake if you slip into the fear, which is normal and human in your experience. So then it is upon you to choose then again to go back into the heart, into the safety, what you so beautifully ask for, as it is always available for you right here and right there. There is always love. As you are love, you are light. Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you, Yas. What my guides are telling me is it is always safe to open your heart and focus on expansion. That these stressful and chaotic times are human lessons, important for us to observe, to witness, but that they don't define us, not us personally. So humanity's going through some stuff. It's all meant to go this way. It doesn't mean that it's okay or you have to make it okay. But you have to know that when you're in your heart, when you're centered in your heart, that it is safe. You are safe. The intention of being in your heart automatically makes you safe. And there is no greater place to be than the place of the heart and the place of love and the place of light, of bringing in the light. So as far as the safety goes, it's not necessary. You are always safe. my guides are very adamant about this right now. They want everyone to know that it is yours. Your heart being open is your privilege, your design, your joy, and your light in this lifetime.
That's very similar to what I was getting and feeling into. And it's just about taking that breath and bringing your full attention and awareness and presence into that heart space. And you can just imagine that you're breathing into that heart space as if the breath went directly there. And you're just breathing in there and feeling like this is where I'm sitting now. This is where my awareness is. And as your awareness in that area, it expands and it's just like what your guides were saying, Annie, is that is your ultimate safe space. It's your light that keeps you safe. So as you sit there and you can feel yourself being that light, that is where your love can emanate, that energy, that beautiful energy of love. And these are all the things that are your safety. It's where your intuition and your wisdom will flow from.
Yes, beautifully said. It's safe to open your heart. What makes it not safe to allow fear to in. So it's your thoughts that can create unsafe situation. So if you are centered, if you are in your heart and you are feeling love, you are always safe. But as soon as your monkey mind start to talk and give you, fear-based scenarios, and you follow them in your thoughts, this can create situations you don't want to be in. So good advice would be to unplug from media and the news. Go in and be in this happy spot. Just look for it. What can bring you happiness and feeling love. And so when you are feeling this love, it's safe. So it's your thoughts that can make it not safe for you.
For me, I decided to pull the card, and the card was higher thoughts. And I asked my guides, well, how to do that? We are bombarded with all this news and whatever is going on around us, and we kind of feed our heart a little bit because our heart is very sensitive, and we feel the pain for others, and it starts kind of sobbing sometimes for the others because this is like a funnel feeding it through all that information. And I thought, how would I have a higher thought, reading all this and knowing, and you can't escape that. People are sharing information with you, even if you don't look into anything. And they said, use Lisa's method. It's not Lisa's method, but one time she shared with us one of the meditation where you're bringing your heart up to your mind. Usually we kind of, to do coherence, we do backwards. But I'm using it and it helps a lot. So your heart goes up into your mind there, and it will start bombarded with everything. But heart likes to expand there, and talking to the mind, just like shush, like stop doing that, give me a room. And slowly, when you feel your heart even pulsating in your brain, and it calms everything down, and then you can drop higher thoughts in that place when the heart is already there. And so I'm using it, it works. And it was, I call it Lisa's method, but she, I think, got it from one of these. I can't remember, Lisa. Who was that? Who did
Yeah,
it?
that might have been during a Joe Dispenza guided meditation. It was like just a snippet of it.
Corporate, yeah.
Yeah, that really hit home for me too. It feels really nice when you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
they just
visualization.
they just wanted to reiterate again. Um, it's a really beautiful practice of distinguishing and getting into that feeling of when you're in fear and when you're in love, because there really is no such thing as anything else. There's only you're either in fear or you're in love. So they really wanted me to distinguish that again and not negate that a lot of humans are feeling fear. Um, but when you are asking about how it is safe to expand into the heart, um, there is no such thing as non-safety, right? So we all had very similar messages come through around that. So when you are frightened to open your heart, you're in fear. You're not in love. When you are opening your heart and you're in love, but then get frightened that you're vulnerable, that somebody might hurt you, you're in fear. You're not in love, right? So it's like finding these small little nuances and catching yourself. Oh, I'm in fear again. If you're worried about something, you're in fear. If you're frightened or scared or concerned about something, you're in fear. So that's how you can practice very gently to always guide you back into love and drop it. Just drop it. Drop the fear, drop the concern, drop the worry, and just try it out. Just try it out gently, step by step. You don't have to go all the way in yet if that doesn't feel safe to do so. But you can take small little steps wherever you are in that journey. But just see there's only fear or love. And fear is just an illusion. It's a man-made energy of control here in this realm, in this earth plane. It is not real. It doesn't exist. Once you leave the body and you're in the eternal realm, fear doesn't exist. It's not real. So, but it feels very real in the human body. So you can just practice with that. So I just wanted to add that because they were really adamant about
Yeah.
not negating that we humans are feeling fear. So not to be like, oh, don't feel fear. No, you feel it. But when you feel it, you can work with it. And you can catch yourself like the second you worry, the second you're concerned, the second you're scared, obviously, the second you're nervous, you're in fear. And then you can softly drop that and return back to love.
Yeah. And it's such a good reminder that when we have fear, that to remember that nothing can hurt our soul, right? We might have these fears about something that's whatever your mind can conjure to be afraid about. It can't hurt your soul. So that goes back to the safe or not safe. So your soul's always safe. And if that's who you truly are, then you actually are always safe. And maybe this kind of thought process can help people then drop the fear, or at least allow it to leave for a few minutes while you enter that coherent state of love where your heart is here as well, and you're really coming into your power. That's the message that I'm feeling, is like there's so much power in that coherent heart brain state. And it's an amazing feeling of strength, yet fluidity, softness and strength, being, you know, being like the tree. So you're grounded and you're bending with the wind, but you're not getting knocked over. You're just bending and flowing. Yeah. It's a practice for sure.
That's
Yeah.
really great, everyone. What a great conversation. I think fear versus love, the only true two emotions in the world, right? Fear or love, and the choice we have. So cool. Um, all right, so I'm going to move to a personal question. This one is from Megan. She asks, "What's going on in my throat, and what can I do to help it in a natural way?" So this is for Megan. So if you want to take a second and get connected again, what is going on in Megan's throat? And what can Megan do to help it in a natural way?
I can start right away. And it came to my throat because I just went through that. Uh, so for her, that unspoken truth, it's kind of built some kind of energetic valve there. To open it up for her, it's very important. Start whispering the truth to herself. She doesn't need to go and tell someone. It could be she's just talking to the tree, or when she's alone looking at the moon or sky or something which is always there. Could be earth, could be grass, could be creek or river. And she whispers everything she wanted to, like deepest fears, when she's disagree with something, but she has to keep it quiet. And the more she remembers what is that valve gonna slowly disappear, but it's kind of getting harder to keep it there. So whispering the truth, how to begin and the process, and then she might be brave enough and go and tell to other people or people she was hiding from, the essence of her, how she felt truly. Um, that's it.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, that's perfectly aligned with what I was feeling. And just like the messages that I was getting, it's just like um, um, to expand on it would be then to, as you're feeling that heart space and that power that's there, and you're bringing it up, and it's going to go through that throat, and just like breathe into that throat so that it can feel that love that's going to come up, and then it can feel that um, energy and just be ready to express the wisdom that comes out, which is her truth. And so it really is about speaking her truth. And I love that practice of just start with a whisper, because then it can become that roar that you want it to be. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just backed with your own wisdom and your own strength. Yeah.
My
Thanks for kicking it off.
Yeah, my guides are saying these are the times. This is the time for the divine feminine to rise. It is the time for women to use their voices. It is a time for women to be seen and heard. And the whispering is a great first step for so many of us who have been neutralized or made smaller or lost the opportunity to share our voices. But it is the time, and my guides are raucous, and they are stamping their feet and they're slamming their hands and they're saying it's time to do it, to do it, to do it, to do it, to speak our truth, to be fully embodied in our divine feminine energy, to make the world stop and listen. It is the time. So, what's going on in her throat is really interesting. And I think really normal for a lot of women right now as we do look to find our voices and use them, many of us for the first time ever. I also got that humming and singing could be really useful practices in increasing the vibration of the throat and to set up helping to set up the communication for women today. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. When you were talking about your guides, yeah, I got goosebumps all over me. What I got from Megan is that she's a child of nature, and it's very, very good for her to be in nature. Maybe tune in and find your, maybe you already have a favorite spot somewhere in the forest or by the lake, by some lake. So just communicate with nature, be as much as you can outside in nature. And maybe when nobody is around, you can sing or use your voice. Yeah, this is a message for Megan.
Yeah, and what I got a really cool visual actually. There's something in the throat that is, yeah, I mean, speaking her truth for sure. There's something around the speaking the truth, but there's also, it's more of a the way that I was seeing it is there's something in the throat that so it's basically the connection from the heart and the mind, right? And it goes through the throat. And to integrate what we talked about earlier in the collective message, where the mind and the heart is actually integrated, where it's together. So it's not a mental fight versus the heart trying to actually lead and allowing the heart to lead. And there's the throat in between. And there's something in the throat that I see for Megan where it's like being pushed down. It's like the heart is trying to come up. And it's like the heart wants to get louder. The heart wants to be more attentive to. The heart wants to actually lead more, but it's being pushed down. And so there's like, it's like almost like a blocking it, like, no, 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 go back down. No, 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 go back down. So there's like a blockage here. So yeah, vibration. There's lots of exercises to do around the throat to just basically open and relaxing the throat, and singing, humming is, yes, it's vibrating, right? So that actually the heart can move up into the brain. And then I like that exercise that was mentioned also before. We had literally just touched base on that exercise where you imagine your heart being in your brain, actually being in your headspace, so that it can integrate. So there's that connection that wants to happen. And so also things that your heart really, this is for Megan, like the heart really wants to be tended to more, and is saying, hello, hello, I'm here, hello, I'm here. So things that are expressing, because about truth, right? The voice, the throat is about the truth. So let the heart express its truth. So whatever that can be, it can be, yes, like Tanya was saying, like nature, or anything that gives actually space for your heart to express itself, not so much the mental, the mind. And we're all driven by that, right? I mean, that's what you guys are talking about, the divine feminine. It's like this whole world is kind of like collectively built to use your mind and to live from the mind. And so the divine feminine really means living from that heart space. So anything, any activities, anything that really is expressing the heart, whatever that may be for Megan, right? It can be dance, it can be painting, it can be singing, it can be walking in nature, it can be cooking a meal, like putting all the ingredients, whatever it is, right? We all have our different ways to express our heart, but that is a natural way of starting to unblock that, and then catching yourself when you, whatever you have in the throat, catching yourself and be like, oh, where am I right now trying to push down my heart that is trying to express, and kind of like catch those moments. That's what I got.
I think
Yeah,
I think our
wow.
guides have given a lot of wisdom today. For me, that question, I don't know about you all, but I've had a lot of stuff in my throat lately too. Where, I mean, even to the point where I'll be talking and I'll just be seized up, unable to speak. And I think that it's like it's just not uncommon these days to be going through these physical blocks for a higher purpose, for something that's going to ultimately help us and help humanity. So even though that's a personal question, it feels like a collective question to me.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it a lot.
absolutely.
I think we'll, and I'd like for anybody who's still hanging out with us and watching us today to please go ahead and post a question in the chat if you want us to answer something. We would need your first and last name, but we will not communicate your last name when we go to channel on your question. But we do need it in the chat so we can plug into your energy and make sure that our question's specific to you. Um, so is there anything else in closing? I feel like today was a great session and really appreciate always the chance to channel with my Talia sisters. We come together, what we say, five frequencies, one voice. We all come together. So hopefully there was something in it for you today. Uh,
Yeah.
so thank you all for joining
Thank you all.
us.
See you next
See you next
time.
time.
Yes. See you
Bye.
next time.